Hey, it's Radical Dan. Got some bad news. My brother, we found out he died last night. He was 50. He'd been battling cancer and tumors for a couple years. But I'm not going to say it's any easier, but it is easier when you know or when you suspect it's coming. Because I feel sorry for people who lose loved ones, suddenly, like in a car accident or a shooting or something like that, when you don't really have time to, make up and, prepare and all that stuff. We've known that my brother was pretty sick for a while. We thought he was getting better. He let on that he was getting better, but I think that was he was just covering it up so we wouldn't have to worry about it. But he had a good run. I mean, he had 3 kids. He had 3 kids that grew up and went out on their own and, have families of their own, and doing their own thing. And that's pretty much all you can ask for as a parent is, that your kids, grow up to be independent and productive and, to, carry on and do, whatever they can do, because life is really short. I mean, he was 50 years old. That doesn't sound too bad to somebody that's 20. But, trust me, when you get older, because I'm 52. No, he was 51, so I'm 52. And I see, every day I see people that I grew up with or people that I've known in the past, and they're just dying, and you're thinking, man, there's a lot of people dying. But I mean, it's not really. I mean, that's what happens. I mean, that's why you don't see 300 or 400-year-old people. I mean, because that's what happens. So that's why I always stress all the time. I tell people, I mean, it doesn't matter how crappy your job is or how crappy your relationship is or what kind of mess you're in. Dude, nothing is going to beat not waking up. And I mean, whatever my brother was going through, I mean, it wasn't worse than not waking up, Monday morning. And I mean, just that's crude and it's blunt, but it's true. I mean, so I'm telling everybody, I mean, young and old, whatever. I mean, every day is a fucking blessing. I mean, you've got to enjoy every day that you've got, because you don't know how many days you've got left. So, I mean, you should treat every day like, oh my gosh, I might die today, so let me go and do something that's really meaningful, or something that I enjoy, or something that's going to help somebody, or something that's going to mean something to somebody else, because nobody remembers, what you had. When you die, it doesn't matter what cars you had, or, I mean, how much money you had, or, if you lived in a big fancy house. Nobody remembers that stuff, unless they're the people that's getting it, which that's a different story. But I mean, people remember things that you did. People remember how you acted. People remember how you treated other people. That's what's important. I mean, stuff is not important. Going to work every day and, having a career, or, trying to get that fancy TV or that, that new iPhone, that's not important. That stuff is ridiculous. That's stupid. That's just a distraction. What's important is to love your family, to help people that need help, people that are struggling. You lift them up. You do your best to help them. That's what's important. That's why we're here. We're not here to work 40 hours a week just to pay for rent, to live in a place that we can go to work for 40 hours a week. That's not why we're here. We're here to make a difference, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to change the world. You can't change the world, but you can change somebody's world. That's what's important. I can't go out and change the world. I mean, I'm not a Nikola Tesla or a Thomas Edison or nothing like that. I can't change the world, but I can make a really important difference in somebody else's world, and that's what it's all about. So, Bob, we love you, dude. It's Radical Dan. Have a good one.